Eerie hungry now. Need 5 caterpillars. Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. At the end of the last episode, we began our exploration of Click Clock Wood, the final world of the game. We started things off over in the spring section, and we are now in the summer section. Notice, if you notice, there's actually a Jinjo hidden there in the tall grass, the tall yellow grass. Over there in the corner, and over here is a caterpillar. Eek! Hungry animals like caterpillars. So yes, as you saw when we first entered the summer section, we have Eerie again to deal with in this section. And this time, instead of cracking open his giant egg and birthing the sucker, we are now going to have to feed him 5 caterpillars. So the caterpillars in this world are pretty easily obtainable. And they actually do give you an abundance of caterpillars. So even though there's only 5 required, I believe you can actually find a few more than 5 in this section. And this is actually not the only section where we're going to have to collect a certain amount of the caterpillars, because Eerie will actually be in the next section as well, which is fall. However, if you go over here, you will notice that Mumbo's hut is actually in the summer section as well as the spring section. And up there, as you notice, there's another caterpillar. So I don't want to fall into the bramble. I want to grab my caterpillar, and that'll be number 2. But let's go ahead and pay our good buddy Mumbo a visit. And as you can see, too hot for magic. Mumbo wants suntan. So yes, you actually cannot access your transformation in this section. So the bee transformation is only exclusive to the spring section of the world, meaning that you can only use it in the spring door. Meaning if you exit as the bee transformation, if you try to enter like the summer door or the fall door or even the winter door, it'll kick you out, and Mumbo's magic will actually wear off, returning you back to regular form. So that's something that's kind of interesting. I actually would have liked to have maybe like different transformations for each season, or maybe access to the bee transformation some of these other seasons. But they kind of make up for it with the little bit of humor that they give. And Mumbo's he's one of those NPCs where you just gotta love the guy. Like, he's just a shaman that's he's just, doing his part, but he's also very humorous, and he's funny. He cracks jokes. And it's very fitting that, him being in the summer area, it would be too hot for him. Of course, we did not see him appear in Gobi's Valley, so apparently he does not like it too hot. So kind of funny little extra thing that they put in there. But anyways, now that these leaves are actually grown to the point where we can actually platform across them, we can go up here and collect this Jiggy right up here by this big clucker. Get rid of this guy. He's annoying. Look at him. And of course, we fell off. And we died. Very nice. Love it. Alright, so we're going to make fine work of the big clucker. We're gonna actually make fine work of him with our Wonder Wing, because we had enough golden feathers for it. But if we use this shock jump pad, we can actually access another Mumbo token up here on the leaf atop the big clucker. So right above the big clucker, there's a Mumbo token. And if you notice, there's another shock jump pad on this leaf. And that will allow us to obtain another caterpillar. And we are now on the next level of the tree. If you notice, yes, we are still scaling the big giant tree in the middle. And up here, we have that cabin looking thing that we saw that was kind of unfinished in the last section. But if you notice, we can actually go inside, and there's actually a jigsaw piece and an extra life across the other side of that. However, you'll notice that the floor is, incomplete still, so we really can't walk across it, obviously, because there's a big gaping hole. While technically, I actually believe you can make that and actually get that Jiggy right here, I'm going to hold off on that, because essentially you'll see once we get into the fall season that will actually be a lot more obtainable in the fall. But for now, we're going to leave it alone, since the flooring is, unfinished. We're going to cross our little finished bridge over here that actually was not fully finished before. And there's actually more notes up this way. So we'll go ahead and collect these. And as you can see, the notes are definitely a lot more scarce in their placements. They're definitely a lot more spread out and not as linear as they were in the first few worlds. And I know I've kind of mentioned that already, but in this world, especially being the final world, they're definitely spread out like crazy. Going back into Nabnut's house, you will see that he is now nice and fat. Grown. Nabnut's eaten too many acorns. I've got none left for next winter now. So apparently he's eating enough acorns to kill a small horse. This guy is like fat as crap. And apparently he is not going to be good for winter because he's already eaten all his nuts, all his acorns. This guy's crazy. Look at him. He's living life large, but again, it's only summertime, so he's going to be hibernating in the winter. So I don't know what he's going to do for food that entire time, and he's still got to get through fall. But we're just going to spend a few minutes with this guy, kind of hang out with him, and, you know, just kind of chill with him here for a second because he's one of my favorite NPCs. So anyways, we'll go ahead and exit. Leave this guy alone with his little fat belly and his little whatever the heck he does. But now we're going to move along this way, and we're going to continue to scale the tree. And as you can see, there's actually a mumbo token just given to us right there on that platform there. Take care of our friends, the big green birds, big cluckers. And we will actually make our way over here. As you can see, Eerie is still located over here in this giant nest. However, we still need to get 5 caterpillars to feed his butt. So we don't have that many yet, so we need to continue onwards to get enough to feed the freaking bird. Go and jump up here. I don't think there's anything to do up here, but we're going to see if there's anything maybe we missed, maybe collectibles, and of course I would fall. Yeah, very nice. But anyways, it's actually, yeah, very nice. We actually want to come down here anyhow. If you notice, we have a fall switch, and that will grant us access to the fall section of the world. So very nice. We've opened the fall door. We still have a lot left to do in the summer section, so we're not going to make our way over there quite yet because we need to finish things off here in the summertime. So, summertime. Anyways, you will notice there's a Grublin Hood, the enemy that's exclusive to Click Clock Wood, and our friend Naughty. You look pretty strong. Can you move this boulder for me? Sure thing. Use the Beak Buster move on it, and that'll break it away. Wow, what strength. Come inside, and I will give you a reward. Sure thing, Naughty. Whatever you say, man. Let me just follow you up there. Ah, of course. Yeah, we can actually not get inside of Naughty's home in this season, so we will actually have to return in a future season. So yes, so as you can see, each season you're going to be accessing different parts, while other seasons you're actually not able to access certain parts in certain locations. Actually, going back outside of Mumbo's hut, I'm going to go ahead and collect that caterpillar because once you restart the level or you die, you have to recollect all the caterpillars. And the next one is actually going to be located right here behind this cliff that's secluded, kind of by itself. And we will find a caterpillar just hiding, crawling right behind that cliff there. Moving right along, once we get back to the center area, we want to go ahead and scale around the giant tree once again. As you notice, our plant that we essentially planted with our eggs in the last season has now sprouted in this season. And as you can see, our best friend Gobi has returned. Oh no, it's you two again. Gobi thought he was safe here. Yes, Gobi, you are not safe. You're not safe. Will you stop doing that? It took me ages to find more water. But yes, our friend Gobi has left the desert and he has now, or the valley, he has now traveled all the way to Click Clock Wood for us to harass him some more, because what better way to greet our best friend than harassing and abusing the heck out of this camel? Poor guy, he probably hates us by now. But anyways, you actually find another caterpillar up there, and that will be number 5. So we actually have enough to feed our friend Eerie. See if I can get rid of this big clucker to grab that golden feather, because I actually need to replenish those. Moving back up along the tree, you will notice there's actually another caterpillar over there to the left, but there's a Mumbo token sitting right here. But yeah, like I said before, they do give you an abundance of caterpillars in this season. So if you're missing your number or you're not sure if you can find every single one, they give you a few extras just in case, just to make sure you hit that number 5. Or that, 5 number. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and use our Wonder Wing to make fine work of the big cluckers, because I'm getting tired of dying and falling off tall ledges from these guys. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Climbing back up the tree again. We're going to see if we can take this guy out this time and not fall down to our bloody death. Or just our death, I guess. A few notes up here for us. We'll go ahead and collect those. And as you can see, we have the beehive again. And if you remember, the Zubas in the spring section were guarding a honey piece from the bear. But now that we can enter as regular Banjo in this season, buzz, the honey bear. He's after Grunty's golden honey piece. Sting him, Zubas. Alright, so we have a little bit of a mini boss here, but if you use the Wonder Wing, you will take these Zubas out in a matter of seconds. So very nice and very easy. Bzorg, he's beaten us. Oh well. We were getting bored of guarding it anyway. So yes, we collected Jiggy number 4 right here in the beehive. We get a nice little beautiful delicious honey that we're surrounded by, but we have the most delicious piece of all, the honey piece, the jigsaw piece. Very nice. So yes, we are done here in the beehive, so it is time to head back outside. Back outside, we have a few more things to do here in summer before we move on to fall. So let's go ahead and get those done right now. You go back up that bridge that leads over to Nabnut's house. We actually want to continue past. There's actually another caterpillar actually placed right here. So we can actually grab that one even though we don't need it. So yeah, again, they have well more than enough caterpillars at your disposal in this season. So very nice. We're going to move right along here because we have our friend Eerie that is waiting for us to feed him. Let's go ahead and do just that. Yummy! Juicy caterpillar, nice. Yeah, this guy is a bird, so of course he loves his little worms, or I guess the caterpillars in this instant. We'll feed him 5. And he will grow a little bit. Eerie full now, needs more sleep. Very nasty, Eerie. Where are your manners, man? I know you're a baby bird, but come on. But yes, he will go back to Betty Bye, so we will have to deal with him in the next season once again. But for now, he is full of caterpillars and he's good to go. Now that we have wrapped things up here in the summer section, it is now time to head over to fall, my favorite season of them all. Okay, I'm done. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and head on over to the fall section. But yeah, fall is definitely my favorite season by far. Boy, the buzz bombs, and while that was close, they essentially bombarded us as we were making our entrance. Bear, get Eerie, more caterpillars. Need 10 this time. So yeah, so Eerie is a greedy, hungry little freaking bird, and he is this time around he is going to require twice the amount of caterpillars, making your total 10 that you need. So again, they actually gave you well more than enough in this section as well. So there really shouldn't be much worry of collecting 10. And also what's nice is if you had any extra carried over from summer, you will actually keep those in your total count in fall. So that's something that's actually kind of nice. I love that they kind of keep your count going. So if you collected any of those extra caterpillars like I did, I just had 1 left over. That will go towards your count in this season. So that will make your job a little less hectic and a little less, not quite as long in this section, since you kind of have a few more caterpillars than you would have before. But anyways, moving right along, as you can see, Mumbo's hut is once again making an appearance here in the fall section. So we're going to take the wading boots. We're going to go ahead and walk over here and see what Mumbo's up to this time in fall. As you can see, he's got a broom out, and there's a caterpillar right there. Mumbo busy, sweet many leaves, no magic today. So yes, as you can see, just like in the summertime, he is now taking another season off, so no transformation once again. The guy is going to work. He is sweeping up his hut. He's doing a little fall cleaning, I guess, by sweeping up some leaves. At least the guy's making himself useful. I mean, he's just a busy bee. If he's not helping us with his magic, he's doing some, hard work. He's really showing us that he is a team player. This guy's very persistent, dedicated. Definitely nice to have him on our side. But we want to go ahead and make sure we get all those notes that are actually at the top of his hut inside, because we definitely don't want to miss those to, of course, achieve our 100% completion. But we're going to go ahead and exit the hut. Going back outside, we now need to finish our collection of caterpillars. And I love how those leaves are just gorgeous. I have to say, the sight of those leaves falling down, again, it's just so beautiful. I love how they just go into so much detail, even in the world like this where there's so many different seasons. Just so much beauty goes into this game. It's just amazing. But anyways, if we travel up this pile of leaves, we will find another caterpillar just sitting atop these pile of leaves. Grab another golden feather because we actually need to replenish those as well. We head over here. As you can see, our plant is now over in the fall section. Of course, it has grown a little bit taller. Go ahead and collect these notes that are kind of hiding in this tall section of leaves. And our pal Gobi has returned to fall as well. We'll go ahead and abuse him a little bit more with the Beak Buster move. because he is not safe when it comes to us. It was make him spill out his little water spout, and that will make the plant grow fully, and it'll finally bloom into a nice, giant, beautiful flower, giving us a jigsaw piece at the very top. Right, that's it. I'm off to the lava world. You'll never find me there. I just added in that laugh just for extra kicks and giggles. But yeah, so Gobi has been harassed enough. He's put up with our crap long enough. He is finally out. He is running away to the lava world that actually does not exist in this game, but it does exist in the sequel. So yes, a nice little Easter egg, a little foreshadowing, if you will. And of course, I'm out of golden feathers, so I can't get those notes yet. So I'll have to come back when we have more, of course. But yeah, so nice little Easter egg is Gobi's actually going to a lava world, but that lava world does not exist until the sequel to this game. Kind of nice how they kind of do a little foreshadowing there. Because Gobi actually does return in the sequel, but we are not playing the sequel right now, so unfortunately that is the last time we will see our good friend Gobi. Of course, I would fall to my death right there. I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that bowl because I kind of like my life. Kind of. Anyways, we're gonna move right along, get across these pile of leaves. I love the detail they go with showing all these like pile of leaves. It truly feels like it's fall time, you know. It's kind of cool. But anyways, we'll take out that big clucker, grab our notes, and move right along here. As you can see, there are notes that are placed pretty much all around the tree in this section. So they kind of hand them out a little bit more easily this time. So not as, you know, not as hard of a hunt for the notes in this section, I would say. Go and take out another big clucker, make fine work of him, and we will finish collecting the rest of the notes that are scattered around this big, beautiful tree. And if we head over this way, as you can see, there's another caterpillar just crawling about. Go ahead and grab him. That will make our count, that will bring our count to 7, which means we just need 3 more to find. So let's go ahead and continue our search for caterpillars. You're gonna go and climb up here. We have another note. We do not want to miss that one because no note left behind in this world is, I guess, going to be the motto. As you can see, we have those leaves that we had in the last season in the summer section, but they are a little bit smaller this time, and they have changed a little bit color. Of course, it's fall time this time around, so the leaves are going to look slightly different, and they're getting ready to fall off the tree, so they are a little bit harder to platform across. But I believe we actually have something up here if we go ahead and platform like we did in the summer season. We just want to be a little bit extra careful because even our shock pad is a little bit smaller, which I think is kind of cool how they did that to kind of match like the size of the changing leaves, but at the same time makes it a little bit harder to make our jumps. But we are going to miss that ledge right there, of course. Very nice. Gonna make our jump this time. Take out our big green friend here. Finally, no more freaking painful drops to the freaking ground. And as you can see, there's actually another shock jump pad up here, so we want to go ahead and utilize that so we can jump on some more leaves. And once we get on this highest leaf, we want to go ahead and make our way over to that shock jump pad. Yeah, they just make the freaking jumps like crazier and crazier and crazier when it gets to this point. But we are going to fall and die. Try this again. Go and jump on this leaf. Jump over on the shock pad on this leaf. Jump up here on this leaf. And slowly but surely, we will make our way up here on the higher points. We have a mumbo token hiding right here on this leaf right here. That is just sitting on top of this leaf right here. And we're going to fall to our death again. Oh, I saved it. Never mind. No damage taken. Climbing back up the tree, you will find another caterpillar right here around this snare bear we want to narrowly avoid. All the way at the end of this branch, I guess, that's covered in wonderful, colorful leaves. And we want to go ahead and collect that. I'm actually going to go ahead and collect this golden feather because I actually do need to replenish my golden feather count. I'm getting kind of low. As you can see, I'm only at 1. Make our way back over to this side. And we're going to continue to climb our big, beautiful tree, taking out our big cluckers on the way. Yeah, I just want to do this one by one, not falling for their crap anymore. Take out Grublin Hood over here. And we have the beehive right here, but this time around, there's actually a caterpillar on it. We want to collect that, so we have one more to get. And if you actually jump back into the beehive in this season, there's actually a few notes in here to grab. We're going to go ahead and get those, and the Zubbas are here. Bzzz. Nothing in here for you now, bear. We've all moved out. So yes, they are moved out for the fall. So of course the temperature is starting to decline, so the bees are not going to be able to survive once it gets cold enough. So they are moving out of the beehive. So we'll take one last good look at our delicious honey walls, because I love the way they look in this game. That's beautiful. Just nice little honey just kind of sliding down the walls there. I just want to eat all of it. None left for the bees, but we're going to go ahead and just not disturb them. We've already taken them on last season. We're going to make our exit out of the beehive once again and move right along, looking for our last caterpillar that we need. So what we actually want to do is we actually going to want to make our way back over to the center of the tree. We want to go ahead and make our jumps over here in these little hollowed out spaces. Use the shock jump pad to get up here, and we have some more well-timed jumps we need to make. Again, in these little hollowed out areas of the tree. And we have now made it up to the cabin section. So now, if you remember in the last season, the floorboards were not complete, but in this one they are. Aha! And we can now just walk over and grab this jigsaw piece that is just sitting there waiting for us to grab. Once again, I think you can get it technically if you make a well-timed jump in the summer season, but why not just allow the floorboards to be completed so you can just walk across it, make life easy, and grab your jiggy right there. That's just how I always do it. And again, I know you can, if you're an expert, you can go ahead and make that jump and you can grab it, as soon as possible, whatever. I like to take the easy route sometimes, so you might as well do that. But now we have 11 caterpillars, so we have enough to feed our friend Eerie. But first, we want to go ahead and actually go back on top of the beehive, because if you jump just below it, you can reach the top of that nice, big, beautiful flower that we sprouted. And of course, if you remember, we have a jiggy that was waiting for us on top of the flower. Very nice. And we actually cannot climb it back up, which is very disappointing, but it still looks gorgeous nonetheless. We did very fine work abusing a camel to get him to spit water out in order for this thing to grow. I love it. We are expert gardeners. Yeah, didn't mean to hurt myself there. And I think I have like 1 or 2 Wonder Wing or Golden Feathers, so we might be able to get these notes. Yes, very nice. I got them all. Proud of myself. Now we are going to jump back in the water, and if you remember, we have another prize to collect in Naughty's home. Since the water will now allow us to go ahead and enter his home. Oh, here you are at last. I've been waiting months to give you this. We have some more notes on his shelf, and of course we have a nice golden, beautiful, shiny jigsaw piece waiting for us from the last season. We will go ahead and collect that. And as you can see, Naughty's home is pretty chill. Pretty nice little home he's got here. Actually, I think it's a lot more nicer than Nabnut's house. So he's got a little fire going. Nice little bed. It looks like it's woven from maybe tree bark or something he collected out on the tree. Nice little wooden shelves. He's got a nice little place. Little mat. Little rug there. He's living his best life. Actually, before we exit, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at his house one more time. Just look at these beautiful viney walls and his shelves made of tree bark, and this guy's just living life. Look at him. He's just hopping around. He knows how to live. But anyways, we will now make our exit because we have a few more things left to do. Climbing back up this bridge, it is nearly complete, that leads back up to Nabnut's place. As you can see, he is now outside of his home. Hi there, bear buddy. I need 6 more acorns before winter comes. Winter is coming. Have you seen any? So yes, so this time around, Nabnut is actually looking for more acorns because, of course, his fat butt ate all of them back in the summer season. So we now have to find him 6 more for him to get through the winter time. You know, I'm not sure how only 6 is going to get him through, but regardless, we're going to help the buddy out, our best buddy out here. There's actually a caterpillar sitting right there on top of his table in case you do not have your 10 yet. But on the top shelf there, you will find the first acorn. Of course, they have nice little creepy eyes, like most of the collectibles in the game, so why not make them creepy looking as well? Exiting Nabnut's house, we will actually go ahead and head back out here. If we climb up this area over here, we will find 2 more acorns. Just kind of chilling in the air. I'm not sure how that really follows the logic of gravity, but we won't question it regardless. So we can go ahead and reach that first one easily enough with our jumping skills. And for this other one, we have to, of course, make a little sacrificial jump there. Get away from me, dude. Get out of here. Freaking Grublin Hood. Climbing back up the bridge, we'll go ahead and just give Nabnut the nuts we have collected, or the acorns. Nabnut hasn't got enough acorns yet. Keep looking. So yes, so that's only half of what he's asking for. We have 3 more left to find, and then he will be a happy squirrel again. As you can see, there's actually 2 more hanging out around this area right here. So if you be very careful. That's great. Look, I'm literally inside of the acorn and it still didn't collect. And of course, I would slide right down there, falling all the way down to the ground. All right, so going back up here one more time. Hopefully this is the last time we have to climb up this freaking rail over here. If you remember, we have this other acorn that is chilling on the other side of this area, this wooden area. We'll go ahead and collect that one, but we still have 1 more left to get. That one we will get here in a little bit, but first I want to go ahead and continue traveling around the tree because we have some more stuff to do over here. And as you can see, we have a winter switch with a snowflake on it. And that will give us access to winter.
Winter is coming.